This is my second deal. And it was a young couple who was moving out of town. They had it listed. It was a canceled, so my plus leads canceled. They actually were going to relist and then thought it over and didn't. They like this idea much better. So actually,
in Arizona, by the way.
I'm in Tucson. We turned it. What we ended up doing was paying the balance of the mortgage, plus they were very set. She was very set on $200,000. No matter what we did, however we worked it, as long as they ended up selling it for $200,000, she was happy. So he was too. And so we ended up with balance due plus the difference between what their principal balance was at that time, which was $26,546. So the purchase price was balance due, which was $173. Let's call it $450, plus $26,540 or $550, which comes out to $200,000.
What's 26, blah, blah, blah?
That's the equity
Okay.
that they will get at the end.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So principal pay down. Monthly was $13.50.
Can you tell me the type of deal?
This is a sandwich. $13.50. The monthly rent is $16.62, which is a spread of $337. And let's see, what else do we need to know? Term was, well, we'll do the 24-month term. They were evaluated and it was 18 to 24 months. So I just did this calculation with 24 months. But
Does
I'll,
understand what evaluated means when she says that? The pre-screening from Paul Ritter came back and said mortgage ready by 18 to 24.
On when you bought it, Claudia, what's the term that you have with the seller?
seller is 36, on or before 36 months.
On or before?
So I have a cushion.
So you got 24 months is what you're basing your numbers
But
on.
I'm basing the numbers on 24. I can do the 36. I scribbled that out real quickly here if I need to. But 24 months was what I originally figured the numbers on. So the principal pay down at 318 comes out to 7,632.
7,000 what? I'm sorry.
632.
632 principal.
The payday one will, over time, over the 24 months, they're contributing every few months, significant amount, will come out to $22,200. So that's payday one. Payday two will come out to $8,088 in 24 months. And payday three, $24,533. So the total for 2 years would be $54,800. Let's call it that.
Simple.
And that's it. Very simple. And they are good. And I might say I was a little trepidatious about them. Their history wasn't beautiful by any means, and I don't mean just credit, but irresponsible. They have been amazing adults. They, I'll tell you why. First, she was pregnant at the time. The day we signed, I thought she was going to deliver. She slammed the car door on her finger. She's freaking out. And she's about to deliver, and we're just rushing through the paperwork. I mean, literally, didn't. And then, so they now had, at that point, after she had that child, they had four boys between the ages of, 13 and infant.
Oh, wow.
They now have a fifth, who was her ex-husband's child, not hers, boy. And they discovered They did not, they chose not to do an inspection. I did my own inspection, of course, and did a few minor repairs. Had the seller do the few minor repairs. They were not willing to spend any money on that. And they discovered that the pool, which had been placed, this was a house built in the 70s, that the pool had been built afterwards. Nice pool, you know, all the equipment that goes with that. And it was hooked up to a very old circuit panel, electrical panel, on a 15 amp with the stove. And suddenly things started failing. And I thought, and she told me about it, and she said, I know you can kick us out if you want. And I said, no, well, let's listen. And she said, we chose not to do an inspection, and we'll take care of it. And they have. They still have to turn the stove off to clean the pool, but they are gradually updating the panel. So it's on them. They're taking care of it as they should as tenant buyers. So their responsibility level in my eyes has just gone up this far.
What did you sell for? Is that up there?
No, I didn't put it up there. Thank you. 219.9. Any other questions?
I can't see, Zach. What's the profit?
Profit is, yeah, 54.8.
It's about your average, right? Claudia's averages are on the lower end. When I say 50 to 110, that's where I get it. Higher end Bill, lower end Claudia, everybody else falls in the middle in this whole group.
Just depends on where you live and
Yep.
who's doing what.
How much do you split with the
I'll just repeat it.
Okay.
seller? And is that standard across what most everybody does?
Sorry, the question was, how do you split with the seller, and is that standard?
Anyone?
Oh, well, on a sandwich, you don't split it. The only ones you would split is on an AO.
That's just in an AO. This is a sandwich. However, we agreed to pay them their equity, which was the 26 something.
Typically.
By the way, there's no wrong answer.
Yeah,
on
typically.
these, Jennifer, that's a good question. So that's, the standard deal. But if you loved the house and the seller said, I need $2,000, what would you think about it? Sure. We had a home that we did, and the seller, we were negotiating with her. She was at the appointment. I was on the phone, and she needed some moving money. So we negotiated like 20-something hundred bucks.
Yes,
Which came from the
2,300.
buyer.
2,300.
You know, so we negotiated knowing we could pull some from the buyer.
Right. That was my first deal.
Always. And then, of course, you try to turn that into a subject to deal or an owner's financing deal if possible, if you're going to put down money.